Welcome to Showmance, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth. And tonight we are here with episode, is this 6 or 7 of 6
Hello there. Hi.
of In the City. Welcome, guys.
Okay.
Oh, and Foof's back. Foof went to the vet because he was
yeah.
barfing a lot, but turns out $1,000 later, he's healthy.
He's alive.
He just wanted to spend some money.
Yeah, he just felt too rich.
Saucy.
So he said, this money's weighing me down.
Yeah, he's like, I've been a part of this whole scandal thing too, and I've noticed a lot of work being had here, and I'm here for my cut.
He's like, I'd like to spend my
Was
my
that our
YouTube
cut? I would like my
revenue."
cut.
I know, I would like a cut. No, now we don't have a cut. Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for eating it and barfing it up, Foof. Shall we top of the pops it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we start off. I hope Kyle at this point is laughing over the chirons changing from Kyle and Amanda's apartment to just Kyle's apartment.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Oh, yeah. They literally change it as you're watching it.
Oh, I love
her
that.
name fades away and it's just Kyle's apartment.
What is FIDI? What is FIDI?
Oh, financial district. FIDI. Or maybe that's not how you pronounce it, but it's the financial district.
I probably could have figured that one out if I thought for 13 more seconds.
I just want to say one thing. If my significant other or soon to be ex significant other left the house in this state for me to live in, I would murder them.
I was thinking at this moment, Kyle's really wishing that he had bought that house in New Jersey for her, because then he would have a front yard to throw all her shit onto and set on fire. I finally, not that I didn't understand it before, but I finally was like, oh, I'm 100 on the whole lighting shit on fire in the driveway.
Yeah.
I get it now.
And do you also, America, do we all now understand his deep frustration? That's unlivable.
I just want to say thank you so much for leaving him, Amanda, because he never would have.
Yeah.
And
he would have been living in a slop of your slop.
Yeah.
But also, how many seasons of Summer House have we've gone back? We've done a DJ, we've done a party, we've done a birthday, whatever that happened during the week. We've never seen that. Not one time. So even the producers are like, yeah, this is too much. You know?
Does anyone have anything else to say except that she is a slopopotamus?
Some of the shots that I saw aren't until later,
Yeah.
but they will be spoken about.
Yeah. There's one that is going to haunt me.
Oh yeah, it's haunting me now.
I have a new stress dream, guys. My new stress dream is that I'm trying to get somewhere or like do something and I can't do it. So like my old stress dreams either were water, like something with water, like I was on a cruise ship, which would stress me out anyway because I'm not a cruiser. I'm a yachter. I'm not a cruiser. Okay. But the cruise ship flips over and I like got to make it. And good thing I'm a good swimmer because I always do. Or I'm waiting tables again and I have to put people's orders in and I keep getting sat in my section and the computer won't work and I'm typing in the code, but like numbers are multiplying and I just need to put in someone wants some coxinhas. Please help me.
Yeah.
So my new stress dream is trying to get somewhere. I can't get there. I'm trying to catch a plane and I can't get there. And I came in with a carry-on and all of a sudden I turned around and I have 6 bags and they're all mine. Now in my stress dreams is going to be Amanda's mess. It's going to be, I can't get anywhere and I have a shower full of sneakers.
Wait, but do you have the same dream over and over?
The waiting tables one, which I haven't had in a long time, so I really hope that one doesn't come back because that one stresses the daylights out of me.
I have that one all the time.
You do? You still have it?
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
The same exact dream.
Yeah,
That one's the same
like
exact
someone's
one.
waiting on something. It is your job to bring this thing to them. It's like literally the only reason that you're there, and I keep walking by them and then having to and I'm always half naked as well. I don't know how that goes on.
Trying to get some of those dreams.
And I'm always just like, why am I here? Not in just a towel, but like in a tea towel. Like I only have a tea towel to cover up from here to here, and I just need to punch in this order. I haven't done that. They're seeing me, so I'm embarrassed that I'm half naked, and the fries are late. Yeah, like no, the whole order, the steaks are late.
I haven't had it in a bazillion years, but I used to have a reoccurring dream when I was a kid that was the craziest thing ever. If you've ever been to Disneyland in the Haunted Mansion, how you get in and then it's like an elevator that goes down, but it seems like the walls are growing. So it's a bunch of random people that I don't know. We get in an elevator like that. Thing happens. As soon as it opens, everybody knows like to run, and all the Mary Shelley like Wolfman, not Dracula, like, but all the like those types of characters are chasing us, and it's a game, and like whoever the last one to get caught or doesn't get caught, whatever, is the winner. And I always end up in the same spot. It's like laundry chutes at the end of a hallway with like A, B, C, D, whatever. I always choose a different one, and I always end up in the same place, which is the laboratory where all the like bubbles in the Frankenstein gets made. Everyone else is caught, and I'm the last one.
But you haven't had that dream in a while.
Not in a long time.
Okay. Curious if it
But I
comes
used to
back.
have it multiple. Like I used to have it a lot, but I don't know what the hell it means.
Well, now we're all going to be having nightmares and stress dreams about Amanda's slopopotamusness. Speaking of Amanda, our next scene is at her new apartment, where she starts off by saying something quite rich. And by rich, I mean a bag of a bullshit.
Just keep getting worse. You're the worst.
Truly.
If anybody was on the fence, I don't know how they could be, but I honestly, I mean, like, no one likes you. That's the best we hear are people just going, I just want to. Just a little friendly reminder that Kyle wasn't the greatest. That's as good as it's gonna get for you. Like, it's just every week. It's just burial upon burial upon burial.
After this scene, there will be nothing more needed. And the thing that sealed the deal for me, which you guys probably won't be too stunned about. What?
Oh, go ahead, because I think I'm going to agree with you.
Amanda's the type of person to me, I think, that doesn't take her dog out all day and then gets mad that they shit somewhere.
And that's why she's moved into this place. She's
Yeah.
willing to sign a whole year lease unfurnished because it's got this little square outside, which means that she will not have to.
No.
She says to open the door and hope the dog doesn't jump off the balcony, which it's probably going to be honest.
I have a note somewhere in here that little square of grass is going to be a health hazard in about a month.
Yeah.
She's never going to go out there and pick up the shit. She's never going to order the new stuff, or if it gets there and she's got to install it herself.
Kyle's going to do it.
No, Kyle, don't do it.
Kyle's going to do it.
No.
He's going to do it because it's the dog's health. I can't believe they split up those dogs.
I can't. That can't be forever.
I thought that it was going to be like, you'll take them sometimes and I'll take them. The fact that like they both pick their dog. I mean, listen, I'm not putting this on Kyle at all. This is all Amanda, but like, that's horrible.
Question for you. God forbid you guys were no mas. Would you make sure that Foof and Minnie stay together, or would you take Minnie and he would take Foof?
This might sound a little hypocritical as to what I just said, but I don't think that cats are the same. I think that you get them another cat, they'll be fine. I think dogs are different.
It depends, I think, on like Lucy. I had these two cats, Lucy and Uno, my little one-eyed cat, and they were best friends. I could never have separated them. Like trust me, I have gotten like 6 new cats, and Lucy's like, not my cat, not my cat.
Yeah.
I even got a cat that looks just like Minnie, and she was like, just like Uno, and she's like, that is not my cat.
Yeah.
My cat's dead.
These two are not. It's not like they hate each other, but I feel like they are like. I don't think that they really enjoy one another. I think that if they each had another cat, I think they'd be fine.
Yeah, I think it's on a case by case basis. I think if they're like Lucy and Lefty are really, really bonded.
Yeah.
And Lefty's my number one kitty.
Yeah.
I love them all equally. I just mean like he's the first cat that I ever got.
Equally.
I love him. But point being is they would be very sad if we split them up.
Yeah.
If Lucy and Ted were never together again, I think Lucy would be fine.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. These dogs seemed quite bonded.
Yeah. Foof might actually really need Minnie. Because Foof doesn't make new friends easily. Minnie would. She'd be like...
She's so likable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the first time Foof, like, because, cats will, like, nudge you when you go to feed them and all that stuff, and that starts pretty early. Natalie got the first nudge from Foof, which I was always, like, so pissed about.
I did?
Uh-huh. And then Foof didn't really nudge me, like hard and like official. He like accidentally bumped into me a couple of times, I would call it. But I didn't get a full blown like we're cool nudge and like like they rub their head on you until we got Minnie. And it was a few days later. And again, we were talking earlier, Courtney and I, because we're psychopaths about cats. That we took Foof to the vet. Foof was sick. We took him to the vet, and I was like telling Courtney, I'm like, oh, I feel like he understands that we took him to the vet to make him feel better, and he like is being a little more sweeter, and if you weren't the two of us like this one, you're probably like, what the f- are you talking about?
I think he was just pissed.
Yeah, well,
They
whatever.
had to sedate him to even weigh him.
Yeah, he wasn't happy to go. But in hindsight, I think he's like, oh, whatever. I think he would put two and two together. So I think that when we got Minnie, after a couple of days, he was like, oh, thank you. I wanted a buddy. I didn't know how to tell you. This is the only way I can explain that, like, thank you for getting me a little friend. I really appreciate it. I'm going to beat the shit out of her forever. And he was super sweet for like 20 minutes.
Speaking of someone who was super sweet for 20 minutes, back to Amanda's apartment.
I'm taking both accounts, by the way, if anything happens.
Okay. That's what I said to Shane. I said, I'm going to take all the
You're not even
cats.
like you're not even a cat person.
I'm a mini person.
Yeah, well.
Good
And Nat
luck.
loves my cats.
Yeah,
She's a cat
check,
person.
Check her Instagram.
Dude, you're a psycho. I'm just a normal cat person. You're a psychopath.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a psycho
Go
with you, though.
on.
Which is
That's why I get all the
they-
cats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay. Amanda said, and I quote, I really believe that moving out will really allow us to do that hard reset.
Hey, that sounded porno because it's coming from you, and I know what you really mean by it, actually.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You are nobody. No, you don't. I can't even waste the time explaining it. We all know. We all know.
You don't sign a year lease, unfurnished, hire movers, all the things to work on your marriage and come home in the 30-day
You live in
period,
your friend's
like,
guest house.
Yeah.
Is what you do.
100%. And the only thing that happened where I might be like, you do that is you leave all your shit at your
exactly.
house.
Yeah.
And you don't actually move out. Like, what's in all those boxes? If all
She
of her
has
stuff
so
is
much
still in the
stuff, Mike.
shower, on the guest bed, on the floor, in the bathroom,
In the
in the
oven.
kitchen, in the oven, like that was so gnarly. I'm also like, and I've said this a couple times. I'm also, this was the official, like the dog, the clothes everywhere. I'm like, I need zero more of this girl. I don't
Mike
want to
really has
talk
a
about her.
long runway. Like he'll give you a chance again and again. Like this
Yeah.
was it. I was out a long time ago.
No, I'm out. I mean, I just like, if we didn't have, I would love to be like,
Got it.
done. Like, we're not, we don't need to talk about her. We're going to say the same thing over and over and over until she's not on this show anymore, which twat face, she's dumb. What a bitch. I can't believe, same thing over and over. So like, I'm just kind of over that. I'm over her. There's so many other crazy cool things that happened in this episode that are like nice and full of love and life and like, why are
Yeah.
we watching this dumb bitch with no furniture? Off.
She really tanks the energy. Any scene she's in,
I don't care
it's
about
zero
her.
to annoyed very quickly for me.
I'm even
personally.
annoyed at her dumb dad now because now I'm like, this is all you, buddy. Way to go, dipshit.
I can't. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We talk about, we always quote from Best in Show. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life? It's
Yeah.
so amazing. And like the way that Amanda talks when she's just sort of left to her own devices and someone else isn't there is exactly like the line you say.
Soup and snow peas.
We
We
could
could
just
talk
talk or-
or not talk for hours.
Yeah.
And still find things to talk or not talk
Yeah.
about. That's Amanda.
But what's worse is that character is so funny and has no idea. Amanda is saying those kinds of things and then going, and because she thinks she's being like, when she was at that party where Kenny threw for Whitney and like Kyle like walked behind her and she just said something like, oh, I felt behind me. I could feel Kyle's presence. And I thought, oh, that's Kyle. Like, and then this time when she was like, hey movers, have you ever moved anyone with no furniture? Like it's,
Yeah.
bravo. If you're not seeing it already, like cut a bitch loose. Like it's not, everyone hates her. She's going to be horrible in scenes that rely solely on her. And if no one is going to talk to her, then unless it's just like the humiliation ritual is your thing, I'm here for that a little bit too. So I don't know, but she's not going to be able to carry anything on her own ever. So
Well, she never has, and why start now?
Yeah.
She also just in the scene says she's never lived alone. she doesn't do well with change, and she doesn't. And then she does say she's happy that she doesn't have to deal with some man bringing strangers home at whatever hour in the morning.
Some man. That's your dad. That's your second dad.
Yeah.
Like I just, it's so offensive. It is like, again, every week though, because we see her in these moments that she does not know what's coming down the pipe. And so it is great to just watch these moments of her still playing us all like we are total idiots.
Yeah.
Because she has no idea that we know and that we're going to know. And I'm glad that they did some current day filming with her just so you can see the difference and she is able to speak on current times, because that would be weird for a whole season. But I am there was so much that they could have left out, which sometimes just makes me think like they want her out or they know the fate of her. And so it's like, just leave it all on the field, you know?
Yeah.
So I love a transparent moron. I love that for her.
After this, we've got Gavin getting some pizza. Georgina's at the art store FaceTiming her mom. Amanda.
I love that store.
I know, me too. Blick.
Yeah.
Amanda, you got me some great journals from there.
They have great journals.
They really
have great
do.
pens and pencils. They have great everything.
Yeah, they really do. I could get lost in an art store.
Me too.
Amanda gets boxes
You gotta
delivered
mortgage your
to
house to pay for it all, but that's fine.
It is a little pricey.
Yeah, well, that's why Foof can't go to the vet again.
Yeah.
Amanda gets boxes delivered to an empty apartment. I'll get off of it, but for a second I'm on it. You're not a child, right? So to ask like, oh, have you ever delivered boxes to an empty apartment before, and to have nothing there for you? Like, I don't know. I don't understand you. You have an adult's bank account and the responsibility of an adult and the ability to do the things that adults do. But I get it. Like, you're just moving in. You haven't picked all this stuff out, but you chose to get a year lease. So I know it seems like such a stupid thing to pick on. It just was one more thing that annoyed me about her. And maybe I have to stop being annoyed by her because, listen, she did something stupid. We've said this from the beginning. Like, we don't need her entire life to be ruined. I just need her to be off my TV screen. I guess that's why I'm nitpicking, because I'm just so annoyed that, like, how about this? I don't think it's weird that people are delivering boxes to an apartment that doesn't have furniture in it yet. Because what if you're new to this city and you didn't want to bring all your furniture? You just wanted your clothes. But then just everything to me is a bid for victimization. I guess that's
all it is. That's all she wants to do is tell you right now that she just had to get out, and that she's not bringing anything, because that's not what this is about. This is just about her going out and trying something and seeing how it happens. I came here with $10 in my pocket, and like that.
She's
that's
like thoroughly
the whole
modern
reason.
Millie. Like,
yeah.
there's gold in them there hills, and I'm gonna get it or die trying.
Yeah.
Like,
There's an Asian comedian that talks about that. She's immigrated and she's like, oh, I came to America. I had $20 in my pocket. I had 150,000 in my bank account, but I had $20 in my pocket.
Exactly.
Like, it's the funniest shit.
Yeah.
I've ever seen. But yeah, that's Amanda.
yeah.
She didn't want to take. She took the stuff that she wanted to take. Oh, I like these glasses. Oh, I like this paper towel holder, whatever it was. Like, she was being like, choosy.
Yeah.
She's trying to portray it as if she's leaving him with everything. She's not. She took the things that she liked, and then she's going to get all new stuff because, like, money's not a thing. She would just, like, she's on 2 shows now. Like, she can do whatever she wants. Like, that's what she's thinking. And she might be on 0 shows soon enough. God willing.
Yeah, I was going to say, fingies crossed.
Yeah.
One of my notes is, twat face, you're an idiot, and I can't wait to see you find out.
I know. It is a great day to look forward to.
She might be in the
hopefully
find out
the
portion.
reunion. I think the reunion. Hopefully the reunion. Andy will just be like, "Well, you're done here. I'm gonna have you.
Thank you for your service.
Here's your
and
exit interview."
Yeah, here's your exit package.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to say that she was so different at this reunion, though. And so a lot of people in the comments of everywhere are saying Bravo's trying to save her. They're so coddling her. They're trying to make this her redemption.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I do
I
too.
want her to be gone. I don't
Why?
want to talk
Save
about
what?
her. Because West is the villain. She's the victim. West took advantage of everybody, including her, which isn't untrue, right? It's not untrue. You could very much argue, I'm not going to do it, but someone could argue that that she was vulnerable and in a horrible situation and didn't know how to get out. And this guy, Captain Saved her when she wasn't thinking clearly. He knew exactly what he's like. We have all been talking about that. We just hate her. So we're not giving her the benefit of the doubt. We're not giving her any credit. We're not giving West all the villain, where she's getting some too because of Sierra, because of Kyle. We love them. But in 2 or 3 weeks when he leaves her or cheats on her or is with some other chick or 3 other ladies come out of the woodwork and she's single again, like, she'll be back. She'll be back. She'll be crying. She'll be on Watch What Happens Live and she'll be like, everyone was right. I'm such a idiot. I can't believe. She won't believe it, right? But she'll play the role. And I don't know. I think if she'll be fine because West can take all the blame. Because Wes is the ultimate Looney Tune psycho.
Bravo. I would like you to hear a little theory. It's called Two Truths. And he could be a terrible manipulator and just a shithead of a human being. And she could also be a real crappy human being, at least in this iteration of where she is in her life, and also holds blame in this situation. And because of that, none of us want to see her on our TV screens. I want her to heal. I want her to go away. I want her to learn some things. I want to see some growth, and I want her to come back. I'm not desperate for her to come back, but like, if there's any arc, give me that. Yeah. Because I just don't believe it right now. If she just comes back, she's going to be who she always has been.
Yeah. But it's not even just who she always has been. I don't think that she will be who she always has been, because before she was at least an extension of a guy that is like the guy, like she was Kyle's person. So without him, I want to tell you about a little theory called the Kevin Costner Yellowstone theory, which is like, if you're trying to watch these spinoffs, you're realizing that Kevin Costner kind of was the show. In the Marshalls, I don't know if anyone's watched Taylor Sheridan's The Marshalls. Those guys are not good. Casey, the kid is actually still really good. The other actors that are the other Marshals, at least the main dude, that's the other, not good. In an ensemble, these shows can work when you've got this thing happening. I was just talking about Amanda and the 2 scenes where she's trying to just sort of ad-lib things and like strike up a conversation with someone on her own. It is not just boring. It is like, it's it's horrible. It's like it's offensive to watch. Yeah. It's like it's cringe. She's the definition of cringe. She's not a good actor. She's not a good reality person. She doesn't have a story. She doesn't have a spine. She doesn't have a personality. I heard somebody the other day, God, I wish I would have saved it. It was these 2 podcasters, and they said, Amanda is a blank slate. She is whoever is in the room with her. Like, whoever her scene partner is who she becomes. If it's just her, or if no one's interested in having her as their scene partner, she's literally nothing. And that's, I don't know, I thought, they said it better than I did. Okay, I can tell, but just by the way I delivered it right now. But it was a lot more
I got what you meant. I got what you meant.
Poignant when they said it. Nice work, whoever you were.
Okay, so after those little few snippets of scenes, we have Yvonne and Nick getting ready to actually get married.
Yeah.
And Nick, it was very adorable when he walked in and he was like, oh, do you want to see what I'm wearing and what Jackson, the dog's going to wear? And that was adorable. And then Yvonne goes into saying, she feels really badly inviting Lindsay to all these things because she's going to be their witness, because Yvonne and Nick got engaged very soon around the time that Lindsay and Carl did. Obviously, they both ended differently. And she wants her to be there, and Lindsay says she wants to be there. She just doesn't know if it's hurting her feelings, which I think is very sweet.
It totally is.
Am I crazy to think that the show could be this and multiple scenes of this?
No. You're dead on balls accurate.
And we don't need Amanda anymore. Like, I'm going to keep saying it. Like,
yeah. But
like on Philip, slide in any show. Like all of them have an Amanda, something stupid, something dumb where you're like, this person's either a complete piece of shit, get them out of here, I don't enjoy watching this, they're being a dick to the friend group, or this thing that these two people isn't real, like it's clearly not real because their Instagrams, they're basically making out with each other. Like, so this thing happens on all these shows. I'm curious why do we still need this one horrible, bad news, shitty person, evil guy, girl, whatever on these shows? Why can't it just be going from somebody who's getting married, having a situation with their best friend that they got married and the best friend got like, and then we move into the next scene, which is Kenny and Whitney talking about this, the dad. Like there's multiple scenes of meat here. Multiple scenes in this episode where I was like, our deep dives on shows with no depth. Sometimes it smacks you in the face and is like, no, we're gonna show you up on this one. We're gonna load this episode with depth.
Yeah.
And then you get Amanda. So that's where I'm like, give me the depth. Give me the depth. Give me the wedding stories. Give me the wedding planning. Give me Jasmine and Melissa from the Valley.
Yep.
Getting like, I want wedding plans. I want the drama of that, not idiots, not idiot people.
It sounds nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, am I the idiot to ask?
It's just that there are people like me who I'm like, yeah, wrap it up. Like, let's see who's gonna kill each other. Like, there's
Nat doesn't like the sentimental stuff.
Yeah,
When Natalie-
I'm not like I get to a point where like Amanda is so annoying and such just a vapid human being that's like, God, we see so many examples of it here with her dad, and then by the last scene, I can't even wait to get to that. Like, yeah, I will curse her and I will be like, get off my screen. But like, that is the thing that's giving me the most like, well, like it's why I'm tuning in immediately. You know, like I'll watch the show that you're talking about. I'll totally watch it. I might not be waiting at 8 p.m. to see like, is it on yet? Is it on yet? You know, I might wait until the weekend, and I don't know. And you need those like you need that like stomach like, gut wrench. You know, like I'm ready to punch.
Yeah, I think some people do. I don't know if I wonder, I guess I should say, I wonder if I do. I think it was probably the third date that we went on, because the first date Natalie and I went on was breakfast. And then my friend at the time, well, we're still friends, but like we were working together. We had to move our offices, told him about Natalie, and he was like, oh, I'm going to dinner with his girlfriend at the time. You guys should come. So we had our second date that same day. And then I think our third date was probably a day or two later, probably the second day. Anyways, we were at a restaurant and it was on a busy street. It was on 3rd Street, and there was a car accident out front, like screeching tires, crash, boosh, the whole thing. And this one was like, yes, her back to the window, and she out like uncontrollably was like, yes, and got it so excited and turned around. And
nobody died though.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was like a fender bender thing, but she was. Like the conversation was done for a second. The date was on pause, and Natalie was interested in the little kid that just got ran over.
Hey, no
I'm
little
kidding,
kids
no
were
kid
involved
got
in this. It's just
Well,
people
we don't know, but-
running into each other because people
Texting
drive
and
like
driving.
But
lunatics on
so
3rd
excited,
Street.
so excited.
Yeah. Listen,
so she
I
needs
love
the
a
drums.
fight.
Yeah,
You love a fight in the street.
I don't mind a fight in the street.
Okay.
Oh, I-
so
I
stop
don't
acting all
Living.
hoity,
That's
uppity,
good
buppity.
times. That's not dumb stuff.
After this is Mike. You're gonna love this scene. This is when Kenny officially talks to his dad
Yeah,
on the
I know.
phone. Whitney's trying to calm his nerves. Kenny's obviously very anxious about all of this. He thought his dad wasn't even alive anymore, which is so crazy to think.
This doesn't make any sense.
So crazy. He makes the phone call. Larry's super emotional. Whitney is eavesdropping. Larry thanks Kenny for looking him up. He apologizes for losing so many years. Kenny says all that matters now is that we're here and we're both healthy, and they're both crying. And, you know, Kenny says he'd love to fly him up to New York to be with him and spend some time. I'm with you. There's something about this that is it that hard? Listen, my mom doesn't know who her father is, okay? My mom was also like from another country. It was a different time. I can understand how that, and she never knew who this person was.
Yeah.
So finding that needle in a haystack seems, unless I'm totally missing something on finding people, seems different than finding a guy that like you knew that, I don't know, right? Am I wrong? What's
There's
going on?
something missing here. There's something missing. And like, listen, I will go down this because like I don't know Kenny from the wall, and what I do know of him, I don't like. So like I feel bad about assuming the worst, but I think that probably like I'm always a skeptic of like these things, but if I really like you, I can easily give you the benefit of the doubt, and if I don't, then I'm just not going to. So here's me not going to. It feels like the dramatics behind these conversations. First of all, it didn't make any sense. Like, it felt like they had two of the same conversation. It felt like we already had the, hi, I'm Debbie, I'm his mom, I'm his wife. Didn't they have that conversation already? And then they have it again in this scene. I'm Debbie, I'm the wife, he's not here.
No, that was a flashback.
Right. A flashback to something. So they had the same conversation.
No,
like,
he talked to Debbie the first time. She said he wasn't here. He was gone. He didn't have his phone on him.
and then
But we've been looking for you. This time he talked to
His dad.
his dad. Only his dad.
Yeah.
I thought he was bowling.
No, that was the first time. She's like, he's not here. He went bowling and left his phone home. That was the first call that we saw.
Well, I still feel the way I feel. And I'll tell you why. It's because
For the record, it's the dad that is in question to me. Not as much Kenny, but keep going.
it's both of them for me.
Okay, please.
Okay. Well, first of all, did you guys listen again? Who knows? Did you see the Reddit? Actually, I'm sorry. It wasn't on Reddit. I just saw it on Reddit, but it was an Instagram post. Did you see Kenny's brother chime in?
No.
Okay. So Kenny's brother.
Is this his brother that is his half brother that was living in the UK? Or
Yeah.
Okay. The one that had the son that they were like, oh, we found Kenny's brother's son. And that's how we got to the dad.
So this guy says, I'm one of Kendon's, I guess is that his name? Kendon? I'm one of Kendon's half brothers. He reached out to me desperate for information on our dad, which unfortunately I had none. He told me he hired a PI and said he'd update me when he found information. Little did I realize it was all a ploy for this show. Assuming this episode is recorded and then on scheduled release, he's got his answers and left me out of it. The faux family reunion approach was to secure TV clout, using trauma to try and bond with the intention of staking his spot on Z-tier reality TV is bottom of the barrel stuff. Proper Belland, which I guess is a British phrase, I don't know, can understand the hate in the comments now. And I was like, is this his brother? So I just like looked it up and I'm like, oh, that's definitely his brother.
Oh, do they look so much alike?
I'll show you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. They look so
There they are.
identical. Yeah, they look so much alike.
Yeah.
Cute kids. Or now men.
Totally. I'll post that.
Interesting.
The
Did Kenny
username is Woshjillock, WOSHJILLOCK, if you want to.
Did Kenny say anything back? Did he respond?
Kenny did. He says, respectfully, I have never met him and he had never met my father. There was a very different dynamic there, and I can't force my journey on him or my father. And after talking to both of them, I decided to slow down on trying to force a connection between the two of them. These dynamics are extremely complicated and difficult, and my goal was never to insert myself into someone else's dynamic. Sounds perfectly reasonable. I don't know, but I don't like this guy, so I'm going with...
Wait, hold on. His half brother never met his dad?
That's what he's saying here, but it didn't...
I thought that, remember when Kenny said, my dad was living in London and he had like his new family there and that's part of why. So I just, and maybe that's not, maybe he had a different family.
But this kid isn't from London.
Right,
so it's like, does he have like several families? I don't know, but either way, if he is that guy, then the dad is a real piece of shit. And so then why are you so excited to me? It looked to me like they got 5 episodes in and the producers were like, this guy has not had a very nice intro. Like he needs something else. Because it's like a whole new story now, like when there's only 2 episodes left.
Yeah, yes to all of that. But I also, with the dad of it all, when he kept saying like, oh, I'm so glad you contacted me. And, I said this last week, like Kenny's the child.
Yeah.
You should be looking for him. And I get it. I think if you think that you've done something bad or haven't kind of lived up to your end of the responsibilities, that maybe you just kind of want to stick your head in the sand and not look for this person because you don't know if they're going to hate you or whatever it is. But again, you're the parent. You chose to have this child. You should be responsible for them.
Yeah. Just the way that they're talking to each other is as if nobody could ever reach the other one. It's either like there's so much crying here, and it's like either you have worked for years, you've been searching for one another and could never find each other, or you had like there was a big falling out and the both of you were too stubborn to ever be the first call.
Yes.
And like neither of those are true. Kenny literally says like, we didn't have any falling out. We left on good terms.
This is why I have questions.
Yeah.
Like I don't think in today's day and age, especially because Kenny obviously is a business person. He lives in New York City. He is a discoverable person. He's also a man, which means he's probably never changed his last name. So Dad, were you really looking for him? I don't. Something's awry.
Yeah, I think so too.
Or amiss.
It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. I don't know. It just, I think he had a poor showing for the first however many episodes. And it seemed like this was sort of a Hail Mary, like, because it just does. But again, I said this last week, I understand if his mom just died in the last year, he's looking for family now. So that makes sense to me too. But the dad, you're right. That's the dad is the biggest flag.
Yeah, he's the red herring to me, not necessarily Kenny in this situation. And I also think, when you see these makeover shows that happen remember that show like The Swan or whatever, or, those organization shows and they come into someone like Amanda's apartment and they get everything perfect and everyone's so excited and they check back, 6 months later and everything's actually even more disorganized than when they came first. I feel like that's Kenny and his dad. Yeah. Like they're so excited. They just keep talking about like, oh, I love you, man. And this is so great to see you. And hey, bro, we're going to hang out. Like, all the dude speak. Yeah. And then I feel like a year later, it's like, oh, we've emailed a little bit. It just doesn't, I don't know. And I don't want that to be the case. I want Kenny to get whatever resolution he needs here because that must be really hard to live with. Yeah. Especially on the heels of just having lost your mom. Something seems strange here and it's more on the part of the dad.
I have a feeling, I'll just make the prediction out because what do I care? In 6 months from now, like it's going to be what you just said. Yeah. Like, we, we sent a couple memes or like whatever, or like dad called for money. Or, it's going to be something like that. I don't think that this dude, speaking honestly for Kenny's sake, I don't know what this dude can add to his life. I think he might have made the right decision earlier on. I don't know, especially if the dude never looked for him. Yeah. So we'll see.
Okay. Danielle and Aida, is that how we pronounce it?
I don't know.
Aida?
Ada?
Sure. That's Danielle's mom. And I really liked her. I thought she was like, I know we've seen her before on the show, but I just always forget how much I like her. I just feel like she's a real can-do kind of lady. I think she's got a cute haircut. I think she looks great. Yeah. Love that she lives in Jersey. Yeah. I also think it's so cute that she comes over on the same day at the same time every week. Yeah. I love that kind of stuff because my grandmother called me every morning for my entire life, like once I went to college. And it really is that kind of, not to get so schmaltzy, but like that kind of thing that really helps form who you are as a human being. Yeah. She says that Danielle was saying like, I need to make more room for Owen in the apartment. They start to go through clothes. And then they start talking about the Danielle divorce stuff with Owen and how she's super bummed about it because she feels like she can't really be happy publicly about it. I know this sounds ridiculous because we slam Amanda for the same stuff. Yeah. I would like to know, how about this? Before I say anything, I would just like to know more about what Owen's backstory is with his wife, because if it is one of those situations where like the timeline seems muddy, but it's actually not. Yeah. Okay, great. If it's one of those things where like the marriage was over, but they were still living together, but like they knew it was over, they weren't legally separated, I still give him a pass. If it's cheating, then you cheated and not cool, man. But like, we don't know anything. We just have like a round robin of what went on. Yeah.
I don't think we know at this point.
Oh, do we?
She's so offended by any accusations. That's a little doth protest too much. Okay. She's going to tell the whole world that Latin women are known as homewreckers. Not a thing. When her mom asked her about how's the divorce going, she literally says, as far as he tells me, and then tells her as far as he tells me, what the does that mean? As far as he tells me. So Danielle doesn't believe him.
It's like setting yourself up for plausible
so
deniability.
Yeah, as far as he's telling me. Yeah. And then later on in the scene when the boys are asking him, so you guys are in the divorce? Well, yeah, we got a thing. And so what? So it's irreconcilable, whatever Gavin says. And he's like, yeah, he's just so
He's
weird about like
Yeah.
he 100% cheated on his wife.
Okay.
Like he might have been out. They might have been but he cheated on his wife. I'm going with
Yeah.
this dude cheated on his wife.
That's you paint
Danielle.
a good picture.
It's why she's so going on this thing. You know, like it's what I said last week. It's like Danielle. People aren't calling you a home wrecker because you're Latin. They're calling you a home wrecker because maybe you wrecked a home. You're in a situation where dude left his wife to be with you. That I don't know what else to call that.
Yeah, because he was so cagey when he was answering those questions.
Yeah, and they both are. They've both
For
been
sure.
cagey about it. She's way too offended by the whole thing.
Yeah.
If it didn't happen, you're probably like Danielle, especially is like, okay, yeah, like whatever, dude. Moving on. I'm pretty sure these two had an affair.
Ugh.
This is so we just did West Side Scandal right before this. So if you didn't see that, go check it out. But we talked about the predicament that they're in right now. Danielle just had her baby 10 weeks early. It seems to be going well as far as what's been reported, but it is going to be 2 months of just kind of, obviously everything needs to go right. This could be one of those things that either makes them or breaks them. It could put everything in perspective for him of what's really important. And I really want to be a dad, and I really want to be this person's partner, and this is my family now, and everything could go really well after this for them. Or it could, if they weren't strong to begin with, if it started on shaky ground, if they didn't start from a good place and now they're dealing in crisis and whatever, I don't know. When I say curious, I don't mean like how I'm normally curious, like, with like ha ha ha. Like I really truly mean like I'm curious to see what this crisis does for this couple, because he's right now, to me, he's that guy's a weirdo.
Yeah. Well, there's also like everybody says, oh, once a cheater, always a cheater. That's not always true, but I think if you cheated on your spouse during a troubled time, like if things got rough and then you cheated, that's somebody who's most likely once a cheater, always a cheater. Like that's your escape. You don't have the sack or whatever, the heart to go have a conversation and be like, we're done. So you cheat. That's how you get out of a situation, and you do it when times get tough. So clearly him and his wife weren't on the best of terms, I would assume. He met Danielle, cheated. Now this is going to add stress to the Danielle relationship. So now it brings up the once a cheater, always a cheater. He's going to go find someone else who's not stressing him out like Danielle is.
Oh.
And then the process, the cycle continues with a dude like that. And again, I'm not saying that's 100% this dude, but this episode made me start seeing just weird shit. Even in the end, when she's like, she's getting so much hate online because of this, and is a totally valid question, but she's not sure if she really wants him to get the divorce so they can be together, or she wants if it's because she just wants the hate to stop.
Well, I think she doesn't know if she wants the divorce to be done because everyone's talking shit, or because she really just wants it to be over for her. Like she wants to get out of this. Oh, maybe it's the same thing you're saying. Yeah.
I feel like the way I understood it is Danielle's trying to figure out if she cares that people are talking about it, or if she cares that he's not divorced yet.
Yeah.
That's how I took it. I was just looking to see if there was any other news that had come out, but I guess everything's like all good with them and the baby, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But
I think that it will be for a bit. It'll just like these kinds of things just have a way of like kind of bringing out character in people. So
you got to be really in a solid relationship to have a baby, period. Because it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Right.
My one of my friends, Ryan, it was his first Father's Day, and he just did a video a few days before that being like, why doesn't anyone tell you this is the worst thing you could ever do? And it's the best thing you could ever do, but like all you hear about is the best. And I love my daughter, and we're so happy that we had her, but like, and him and his husband have a wonderful relationship and a great support system. And this is a guy who is meditating every day, who's got a good self-care practice, all that stuff. And he's like, I am at the end of my rapidly fraying rope. And I've never been more deeply in love with something in my entire life. So if someone who's in a really stable situation is saying stuff like that, you add in all this other stuff that we're talking about. And it could be a recipe for disaster. I mean, I don't think Lindsay and what was her name? Tanner.
Yvonne? Oh wait.
Lindsay's
Turner.
Turner. I can never remember this guy's name. I don't think Lindsay and Turner were like MFEO, but I bet you they would have made it a little while longer than if she wasn't on a reality TV show.
Oh yeah. The thing with these two right now is that this is interesting because like I think, God, this is going to come out wrong because I do not mean like this is obviously the worst. Like a baby that is probably this fits right here, 10 weeks early, like that is a little teeny tiny, and it's going to be in a little incubator, and would just be like just terrifying. Like you would just be, I don't know how you would sleep. I would just want to stare at it and just to make sure it was like still breathing because like that's a lot. But right now they're in a hospital, so like it's like the real shit starts when you get home and you don't have 50 nurses coming in and out all day and rolling them in and out and like checking all those things for you, and like someone's got to take off of work or like, but like it could be that she's there and she's not going to leave, but then he's got to go. Well, it's my friend's birthday. They could fight like you're going to leave our daughter. Well, our daughter's here with 50 billion doctors, and they're like it's really the greatest place you could leave. Like, you just don't know like where it's going to come in. Like I think the bigger problems might happen once they get home. Because right now there's so much support, and she's going to get nothing but love. Like I said, Danielle, like she's not a fan favorite on Bravo, if you didn't notice. But I think a lot of people are going to be pouring out love to her. Yeah. And it's almost like Kyle. Like I don't think anyone's ever really liked Danielle. And right now she's going to get the Kyle experience right now. And like, so it could just totally change. These things are so crazy. It could change her character for the rest of the time. Like how Mike says Lindsay's back to her old Lindsay now, and it's upsetting him. Whereas I'm like, now that I knew her for that season that I totally loved her, she doesn't bother me anymore.
Well, and also it could just change who she is, period. Yeah. You know, and I believe you are who you are, and you exist on a spectrum, and you could be on the shittier end of that spectrum, the better end of that spectrum. So Danielle's going to be Danielling. Yeah. But I think, you know, it has the capability of making her maybe a bit more of an empathetic character as opposed to so quick to leap onto someone in a situation.
Because we see in scenes from the next, she's going to storm out of that dinner and Lindsay's going to be yelling at her. So,
that's pre-pregnancy.
Yeah, exactly. So,
in the next scene, Nick, Yvonne, and Lindsay, they get married. The three of them get married.
My way.
Which is kind of adorable. I loved when Yvonne was cold and Lindsay said, "Oh, you can have my jacket." Because Lindsay is such that masculine alpha energy.
Yeah, and they called her the Swiss Army knife, which she really is.
I appreciate that about her.
So do I.
I went to this thing on Friday night with a bunch of my girlfriends, and everyone's like, "Oh God, wait, do we have a wine opener?" I'm like, "I have two." "Oh, do we have cups?" I'm like, "Here you go." And they're like, "Oh, do we have this?" I'm like, "It's in the picnic basket." Someone's like, "You brought a picnic basket?" I go, "Yes," because one day, if I were to ever have a child, I will be very well equipped to take care of them. Yeah. Because I just think there are people that are hardwired to, like, when we go somewhere, you have extension cords when we go places. Like you have clutch shit that nobody else thinks to bring. And then you've got people like Amanda who just like trip into a place and are just happy that everyone else has done the packing.
Yeah. Have you ever stayed at a hotel that had the proper amount of outlets? No, you haven't. If you want to bring your own entertainment, I need my HDMI cord and my little adapter and I need all these things, and everyone else does too. Because how often do we go on vacation? Never. So I'm gonna live it up. Everything's gonna be where I want it to be.
That's right, and we're gonna get all the content that we want because we're content whores over here. Yeah. Okay, so that scene is really, I mean, it's a snippet of a scene. The only other thing that happens there is Lindsay talks about how she went on a double date with the milkman with Andrea and Lexi.
Yeah. And Yvonne is skeptical of the milkman.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us really give a shit about the milkman.
I was going to say, as we all are.
Yeah.
We've all seen his Instagram feed, Yvonne. We're on your page.
Yeah.
After this, God, it was so much fun for just a minute until we go back to the apartment of death, which is, wait, I had a job one time. And every time I walked in there, I would just look at the security guys and I'm like, this is where happiness goes to die. And everyone laughed, and then we shed a tear because I was right. Yeah. And Amanda's scenes are where happiness goes to die. Yeah. And she takes Reese out. Oh, this is it. This is where she takes him out to that little like pee corner that's going to be disgusting in a month. Frank Batula arrives. She gives him a tour. You know, it's interesting. When Frank arrived, I remember him very differently.
Yeah.
And I think that's because Kyle was in the wrong when we had first met him. So he had that dad protector thing, and she got to be his little girl he was standing up for her. And now she's the one that's acting, even though none of the West stuff has been out yet, whether they had an affair or they didn't. We still don't know about any of this stuff yet. She's still acting a bit like a petulant child in this scene.
Yeah. And
her dad's just sitting there quietly saying nothing. And in this moment, I realized, oh, this is how she became this adult.
Yeah.
Because she was never reprimanded.
Dude, so she's got, hold on, okay. First of all, Amanda, stop trying to convince yourself your dog is happy. When she's like, oh, he's just out there with his eyes closed looking into the sun. I'm like, yeah, he's probably thinking about jumping.
Yeah, can I get back to dad from here?
Yeah, how do I get out of this? Like, it's just, her apartment, listen, I know she doesn't have anything in it, but it feels very cold. For a minute, when my parents were selling their house before it ended up falling through, but we were here looking for apartments for them. And so I looked at so many places that I'm like, this is cold, dead. Like, I don't even know. My mom would just be so sad here. Like that's the vibe that I got from that place. Like, this is just, even though it's I'm sure it's in a lovely place. I'm sure it's $1 bajillion, but like everything about it was just like, nobody wants this.
Yeah. I wasn't wowed by it. I think Kyle won with the apartment wars.
Oh, big time.
She talks about Kyle's biggest gripe with Amanda is, and I love how she labeled it, the clutter. Girl, that ain't clutter.
You're a hoarder.
Yeah. Too many pieces of paper and too many drinks on a desk is clutter. You passed clutter on the freeway 100 miles ago.
Yeah.
The dad kind of like made a look or whatever about that because he knows it's not clutter. They flash back to, this is when they flash back to Kyle's apartment. There is shit everywhere. And then we see Kyle there with the organizers. And this is just, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. This is who Kyle is. He's got these organizers. She's been gone for a week, if that?
I don't even think it's been that long.
I don't even think it's been that long. He already has professional organizers there. He's like, let's go through things. I want to get my life back in order. And she's probably still living amongst those boxes.
Oh, 1,000%. To say that when he says, she said, don't get mad. I put some clothes on the bed. I'll put them away. 2 years ago, they've had an entire bedroom. Like, all I ever do is just think about how much it costs to live where they live. And to have an entire shower that's twice the size of mine, and to have a full bedroom that it looks way nicer than mine. And like that no one's even been able to like use this. And like I said in Scamando, like there's a post where someone was talking about how good of friends are Kyle and Wes really? Like if Wes has supposedly never been to the apartment, like how much do they even hang out and whatever? And Kyle claps back immediately and says, I couldn't even have anyone at my house for years because of just like the embarrassing state of the place. Like imagine like when, like any time that I really think about having a guest room, because right now, if we had another room, it would just more camera gear would go in there, or like we'd have another podcast set in there. Like that's what our lives are right now. But if it were normal at all, that's in Los Angeles and New York more so, but still in these places, the best thing that you have to offer someone is that you, my friend, or you, my mom, don't have to get a hotel room. You can stay here in my $1 apartment, because I have a spare bedroom and your own shower. Yeah. And like, that's just, Kyle, I think, has a bajillion friends. Yeah. He's never been able to say, you can stay at my house. Like that, for a guy like Kyle, that cuts me. Totally. And I'm not even that like Kyle that much, but I have that in me where I just want to offer that, He probably loved walking down the hall, going to his office in the building. Yes. Because at least that was his space that was untouched and organized. Yeah. And you go in there and you see it looks like a clean, livable space. This is, even the organizers were kind of gobsmacked. And trying to be nice because they're professional. They're here to do a job, not make anybody, like, that's why they're whole in their like, mission statement.
Yes,
you
yes,
know,
yes.
like no judgment. We're here
Yeah.
to help, not a problem. You leave it to
Things
us.
get out of hand. We
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Meanwhile, you know, these bitches are going home being like, I would never.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was written on their faces that they
Yeah.
were like, oh my God. What else in this scene?
Well, now we go back to Amanda's, and Frank asks if this was a mutual decision because maybe Kyle is feeling like a little resentful of what's going on. And Frank said, you know, when you discussed this with us, you led us to believe that this is what you both wanted.
You lied.
Yeah. Oh my God, Mike, that's literally my note, which is most definitely not what she said. Lies again. Yeah. I don't even want to waste my breath. It's just super frustrating. She just wanted what she wanted. She has this very petulant child brat kind of streak in her that I'm going to tell them this was a mutual thing. It most certainly was not. Kyle is heartbroken about it, which is why your dad is picking up on the fact that he is resentful this happened. Because if anything, what he kind of maybe got strong-armed into agreeing with is, okay, for a month, you get a furnished sublet apartment because maybe we need a little bit of space. But he didn't even want that. And you're telling your dad that this is what it was because you just wanted what you wanted. You just wanted to move out and get an apartment where you could get high all day, which, by the way, I love weed. Smoke it up. But is this what you should be doing if in the same breath as you are frustrated with Kyle about his drinking and what he's doing, you are doing the same thing just inside out. And this is why what I think Mike said this in the West Side Scandal, and we've said it in other episodes because it is the truth. You are the most ill-suited people for one another. And it's, thank God you're getting divorced.
Yeah. So the looks of the dude, the guy that we met however many years ago when Kyle was proposing, that man is so different from this guy today. Just in the same way that I don't believe that like the entire production staff hasn't known who Amanda was this whole time because like you don't have that kind of surveillance. Like they've been talking a lot lately about how like just really pointing out the difference between Summer House and the rest of the reality shows. How if you watch Carl's podcast and Tom Schwartz is on there, Carl brings it up. Like, do you think that like the shows that you were on, The Valley or Vanderpump, do you think that you guys could have survived in these kinds of circumstances where like the house is just covered in GoPros? Like there is in every corner, you can't go anywhere that's not being surveilled. You can go in the bathroom, but they can still hear what's going on in the bathroom. Like that's how there's nothing. I don't think that there is a shot in hell that entire team did not know who she was, and they've just been coddling her. That's the look that that's the same feeling I get from Frank Batula was that like he now knows who his daughter is. At the time, she was just his young daughter. She was in her like early 20s. So at the time, he's just thinking, oh, this is how all 20 somethings are. Amanda has not progressed in life an inch. She's actually probably gotten worse because she's figured out how to life, how to adult, or how to go around how to maneuver through it, you know? So when she says, she's saying, you know, all the things right after he basically says like, I thought that this was a mutual thing. And he realized in so many words, so you lied. He's hearing her complain and talk about all the things that she wants him to change. So he says, so I'm hearing your expectations. What happens when they aren't met, you know, which in real speak is I've heard all of your complaints about a guy wanting him to be a guy that he is absolutely not. And I know you aren't going to do anything to change yourself because I've witnessed it. I'm your father. Yeah. I've known you longer than anybody in the world. So what's going to happen then? And when she ends up saying like, well, I'm just going to have to do something, you could tell he was like, that's what I thought. Like, because he knows that Amanda needs a caretaker. She cannot do this on her own. She's just going to spiral. He now sees Kyle. It's not that I think that he's like okay with Kyle, you know, staying out all night and whatever, but I think he totally gets it now. And I also think that like, because a dad that still hates Kyle isn't going to say some of the things that he said.
At all.
Like, well, was he out all night or was he DJing? Like, if you hate Kyle and you just want Kyle gone, you're just going to lean right into that.
You wouldn't even ask the question. You would be like,
bring up the option. Yeah. He says something else like that.
Well, this is when she's completely throwing him under the bus, right? So she's saying online rumors, people are being brought back to their apartment. He's going out a lot. That's when she also was like, oh, I have things to work on, like keeping the place tidy. It's not just like, she has such a distorted view of what's actually going on. It's not just keeping the place tidy, which you are incapable of doing, because you even say it when Kyle's about to come over. She goes, I know the first thing he's going to say is like, it's so messy in here, because it is messy in there. You've lived there for it's these people that like are lying to themselves about who they are. So either just say, I'm a slob and I'm comfortable with that, and that's how I want to live, and we coo. Right?
Yeah.
And she's incapable of owning who she really is, and she keeps pushing it all back on Kyle.
Yeah. And the dad knows that. The dad
correct.
is so aware of all of that now.
That's right. And sorry. Oh, sorry. And this is where she goes, and you know, he wants me to go out more, so I guess I'm gonna have to do that. And her dad's like, oh, with him? And she's like, just not with Kyle. Right, with West, because that's who you want to go out with.
Yeah.
Like, there's no... The way you lambast him for wanting him to change for these specific reasons, which, by the way, Amanda, I don't blame you for wanting him to drink less and come home more. I start to blame you when I realize you're doing nothing to help the situation, and you have far overstayed any period of time where I could say, okay, she's working on it. Like, no, at this point, girl, you beat.
Yeah. She says to him about the thing about going out, and her dad goes, right, exactly. It's a compromise. Like, he's trying to teach her about compromise. And then she's like, no, I'm not going out with Kyle. I'm just with my own, like on my own, with my own friends or like whatever. And he's like,
not the point, kid.
Okay. Like, it's so obvious that like her dad is still keeping like a strong, like a straight face. You know, he's doing the best that he possibly can on camera, because like he's obviously on a team here, you know, like he wants whatever is going to be best for her and whatever. And he's not going to make her look like an idiot, like on screen. But like, I swear to Christ, Frank Batula, you got to have a come to Jesus with this bitch. Like, it is in her best interest. Yeah. You have to say like, I love you, and I'm here to tell you this ain't going nowhere good with how you're rolling right now. You are living a charmed life, and it's because you have had him and you have had me your entire life. And now, God, I'm dying to know what he thinks about West. He's got to be watching this and just seething, like so pissed. And even Kyle is like still talking about Frank. Like, he says that they still talk often and like have a great relationship, because you know that they're like, that's like his lifeline, you know, of being like, how's she doing? And I really think that Kyle is doing, I think that Kyle's a good guy regardless, but I also think that he does feel indebted to Frank and feels like, you know, like we've talked about it before. Like, my dad's that same way. Like, you take them out of their childhood home and now they're your responsibility no matter what. And I think he has that traditional like thing about him.
Okay, so then after this scene, it's Owen, Andrea, Kenny, Gavin, Kyle, and Nick go play virtual golf. Have you ever done that, Mike?
Not like that.
Okay.
Like, I've not gone to, those places are somewhat new in the last 5-ish years, where it's like a, you know, bowling alley type situation where they go get food and drinks. And like, it looks super fun
to golf.
There's a few here. But I've golfed on simulators before. Just
listen, I know Gavin is so wildly problematic. I am so aware of that. I don't know why. For some reason, I don't hate him. I'm sure I'm going to.
I'm waiting for it.
I'm just waiting for it, but I don't yet. So he shows up in Gavin's clothes, or in Kenny's clothes. Gavin asks Kyle when he's going to get laid. Kyle says, you know, who knows? It's anyone's guess at this point. Probably not soon. And then he just goes on to say that he doesn't have all the answers for what's going on in his relationship. And then they flash back to right after Amanda left, and I guess all the guys had come over to his apartment. And he was just saying that he was on the most stressful investor call when she was leaving, and she left in tears, and they haven't spoke since. And That's wild to me.
You're the worst. You're the literal worst, and you're proving everything. All this show is, especially for In the City, all that Showmance is a lot of the time is us just like taking stabs at like who we think someone is and like what we know about them that would like show us a pattern to lead us to believe that this is what they meant by that or whatever.
Yeah,
we don't know dick all about a lot of these people on here. There is something that, and we didn't know everything, obviously. Since the Wes and Amanda thing broke, we were able to assess a lot from it because we did know them. But just as you go along, I feel like we've not been wrong about any of it. Like we kind of all said, like, doesn't seem like this girl understands like that a job, like what money is for and how to get the money and like what you need it for and what you can have with it and what you can't have with it or without it. And yeah, like that's. We'll get more into that in that last scene, so I'll save the rest of it. But like, wow, bitch, wow,
Bethany, wow,
not Bethany, bitch.
I know, but I just like to quote.
I know.
Okay, after we learned that, because we didn't know about that investor phone call up until this point in the show, I wrote, if I were him, I would have packed up, like after she left, in that moment, I would have packed up all of her shit and sent it to her house to deal with it.
Yeah,
you do not care about me. The way you left this house in a complete shambles, the way you lived here and let everything, like
she doesn't give a about anybody. She gives a about no. Like, I want to fly to New York and go get Kyle and be like, burn all this shit, throw it out.
It's still there.
Send her to jail. Take the dog back. Dead to you. Delete everything. This bitch. This chick. That hand clap, which we'll get to, but like. To find out that was an investor call that she barged in on and bratted out and made him get off the call so she could what?
Berate him about having people over at
but
2
not
in the
even,
morning.
just
It
leave.
wasn't 5.
Just
Okay,
leave, bitch. You're leaving all your shit there.
Wait a minute. Her stuff is still there now?
Yeah. It was in the People interview. He says it's still there. And he says, now I think it's time for it to go or something. And he says, and I think she can handle it on her own. In fact, I think her boyfriend could probably come get it for her. So,
by the way,
yeah, that People interview was just like a week or so ago. And that's what he said.
This is why he gets so angry with her to get the shit out of the apartment, because she's just like, this is stressful, Kyle. Like, I'm moving, whatever. No, girl. It's not this week, because you will kick that can down the road and that stuff will still be in his apartment a year later if he doesn't push you to get it out. That's why he's irritated. The same way that you think that he's out there doing duplicitous stuff till all hours of the
So at this point, that's on Kyle though. Mm-hmm. Pack the shit up and chuck it out in the alley. Give it to her. Like, I don't give a get rid of her. She's dead to you. Get rid of her shit. Get rid of everything. This is on you now. She literally clapped in your face. She made you get off an investor call, and then when you said like, "Yo, that was an investor call," she clapped in your face like you were a little nuts. Like,
I know. Listen, save that for the last scene, because that is
I don't know
like,
if I can.
I know, but like that's our
like
that's
I
the
would have
big
gone to
scene, and I
jail.
want to save
I
that
would
for
have
part 2.
literally gone to jail.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the call. Like, I don't even care about the clapback. I was like, the call. That's the call you made him get off, so you could just go over to another apartment.
And
You're not
she
leaving.
She barged in.
That's right.
To do it like it was so gross.
I would never.
So gross.
To your
I would
point,
have
Amanda.
turned around, kicked her the out, slammed, like shoved her out the door, but just like slammed the door in her face and gone back to the call. And if she would have caused a ruckus, it would have been a disaster. That is the rudest thing I've ever seen. Like that girl needs to go back and live with her dad.
No,
Frank can deal with her.
And
she
if
can
there
be
are
married
not
to
women,
Frank. I'm serious. Like, that's some nasty.
No, I'm with you. I'm
incest
so
shit.
disgusted by it.
It's so gross.
if there are not women, listen, I at this point now, like, because I feel like we do try to preface everything with like, we know Kyle wasn't the greatest. We know he had this. We know blah, blah, he wasn't like, I swear to God, every week that goes by, I'm like, I'm having a hard time even like, I don't know if it's that I don't care anymore because she's so atrocious, or if now I just truly believe that like listen, his dinner table takedowns were so ridiculous. So like those were a thing. But as a husband, if like really the only cheating that we know about happened before they got married, and it was this one thing, because like, I'm sorry, but I'm still waiting for any proof of anything else. And like, I kind of feel like Kyle is too. Kyle's just basically been badgered long enough to believe like, I guess maybe I did. I don't even know anymore. Like when she keeps saying there's video, now I'm realizing she doesn't mean there's video of the cheating. I think a girl sent her a video, like a DM video, instead of typing a DM, how you can like send a voice note. I feel like because it's not the way that she's worded it now sounds like it's that.
She did say there's video of you kissing a girl.
There is a video of him kissing a girl?
No, she
there's
said
video of you kissing a girl.
No, she said it in a really wacky way. It was vague because I rewound it because I was just like, is she saying there's someone videotaped you making out?
Yeah.
Because I think she said it before though, like in previous episodes.
Okay.
I think she's used those words. There's video of you kissing other girls.
Well, bitch, let's see it. Because I don't believe you anymore. So
Well, I have a note about when we get there. I have a note about that because I had a thought of just, and I can't remember exactly what it is. So I don't want to misquote myself. So then we get back to, the virtual golfing thing, and Kenny says, he likes Amanda, but he just doesn't understand kind of what's going on. Like, what are we fighting for in this relationship? Which, Kenny, this might be the first time I've agreed with you all season. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And Kyle was honest. He's just like, it sucks starting over. And he is, 43, 44. It's not for her. I know she doesn't. I get it. Like, it's a 10-year relationship, but yeah, you're 34. You have a boyfriend lined up and you're going to get this great glow up and this great edit. So it's very different for, like how I had said to you, the difference between breaking up with someone who has money and someone who doesn't is like, it hurts. I mean, listen, this is going to be the crappiest thing. People are going to be like, what an asshole. But like, I had dated someone who was in the public eye and had a lot of money. And the kick out of the private plane hurt a little bit more than when I dated someone that just kicked me out of their Honda Civic and nobody knew who this guy was.
Yeah.
Because the guy who was in the private plane was on television shows and all over the place. And that sucked.
Yeah.
And I just think Amanda had the reverse of that going.
Yeah.
Where she was getting this glow up on this public level. So ending a breakup, coming to that breakup and then having that be your runway.
Yeah.
That's not so bad. That's probably a pretty great way to leave a 10-year marriage.
Yeah.
And be feeling yourself.
No, God, it was almost like it was too much. Like even the glow up was like too much responsibility for her. Like she just cannot handle anything, any amount of anything. She just, I don't know a person like this. I'm really trying to think about it. I don't know someone that is this privileged and this spoiled. I mean, she's Veruca Salt.
Oh my God, someone said that in our comments actually a few weeks ago.
Well, you're right, whoever you said that.
So Kyle says, it sucks to think about starting over. Owen asks, do you feel sad about the situation? Kyle says, of course, it sucks. And then Owen's like, yeah, all breakups suck. Nick chimes in saying, not all of them, which I agree with you, Nick. Not all of them. Some are. And Kyle, you'll see that in time. This breakup actually doesn't suck for you. And then Gavin wastes no time asking about the breakup with Owen and his ex-wife. And, were you sad about that? And Owen said, every breakup is sad. He does, to your point, Mike, like dance around it. He doesn't directly answer the questions. And quite frankly, neither does Danielle. And Gavin says, how long were you married for? He says 4 years. And then Gavin says, did you meet Danielle when you were married? He said no. Gavin
came to party.
Yeah. Kenny asks if they're separated or divorced. Owen says that they are separated and they've filed. And Gavin wants to know, what is it? Irreconcilable differences. Gavin is in the
I'm telling you, he got a grade A tutorial from Lindsay Hubbard. Probably Lindsay and Kyle, frankly.
Yeah, totally.
And they might all have. We've decided that like they could all have, Kenny might have been told like, this is you got to take her on day one, Lindsay.
Yeah.
We don't know. We'll figure all this stuff out. There are things that we heard about Whitney and how she really got here that were coinciding with what we had originally thought. So I'm open to all of those things for this entire cast. It's the first season. Everyone's got to,
start somewhere.
Bring it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Do you know what I was just thinking when we were talking about the breakup stuff? It's Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I love that movie. I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But like this dude's like literally leaving wherever because I just have to get away from this person. And then all of a sudden you're like, they're right in front of me. That's great.
Yeah.
So Owen says like, yep, it's irreconcilable differences. And then Kenny says, you know, once you file, then you're legally separated and eventually then you're divorced. And then Gavin, like a bat out of hell, comes back in and says, do you know this so well? Because that's where you're headed. And I mean, he's gunning for Kenny.
No, he totally is.
I think Gavin, I think probably latched on to Kenny years and years ago. And is probably I used to have a friend like this and I was the Gavin in the situation. But like,
tell us more.
Can't probably not going to. But
you don't like him. You're like, I know.
Kenny takes care of Gavin. Kenny's like, if I don't do it, who will kind of guy. Gavin's probably a up. He's probably an idiot. He's probably ran through a few friends and a few couch stays, a few apartments and leases and whatnot. And so a couple of people were like, oh, Gavin's in love with Kenny and he's mad. He's jealous of Whitney and whatever. And that's funny. I think what he's bummed about is Kenny's choosing someone else to take care of. And Gavin's not that guy anymore. Gavin's not going to be taken care of. So Gavin's a little scared that like, well, who's going to take care of me? I bet we find out at some point that Gavin is the main investor in a lot of Kenny's restaurants, which is why Kenny later says, you're the Bernie Madoff of hospitality, because who else would know that but Gavin's main investor and the one dude that was like, I got you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just starting to get these vibes that Gavin is like the kid that Kenny's taking care of. And Gavin's pissed that maybe Kenny's finding someone else and not taking care of what happens to me? It's like the reverse of a mom who doesn't want her son to get married or find a girl because he's mine. I take care of him. I'm the girl. Right. You're not going to do as good of a job as I am. It's the reverse of that.
I think it's a two truth situation. I think there's a lot of truth to what you're saying. I also think that Gavin does know, for better or worse, I think he does know Kenny. And I think he feels, you know, that episode of Sex and the City where they talk about how men are like cabs and they could be driving around for years with their, light off, still picking people up. And then finally, like, they decide, okay, I'm ready to pick someone up. I'm going to turn my light on. And they pick up the closest person next to them. And that's who they decide to spend the rest of their life with. And I feel like Kenny might be doing that. Like, he just, his mom passed away. He's searching for connection and for another woman in his life.
How can you say that when we spent the last 5 weeks saying Kenny's can't commit, he's not sure, he should know whether he loves this girl.
That's the whole theory, that like this actually isn't the person that you should be with and you don't really have a connection with them. They were just the closest person to you when you turned your, because in New York,
right? But he's not. This isn't Kenny's locking her down. This isn't the one he wants to marry and spend the rest of his life with. He hasn't done that.
No, I know that, but like he's saying, like, I want to heal this stuff. I think it's going to be better in my relationship. He's trying to say, like, no, I really am in love with Whitney. And I think Gavin is saying, I think you just want to be with someone. And so you pick this person up off the street because not that she was on the street, but you know what I mean? Because she checks a lot of the boxes, but this actually is not the right person for you. And you're going to get married and 4 years later, you will be divorced. I think it's both. I think Gavin's acting a fool for all the reasons you said. And I also think he doesn't think Whitney's the right person for him. And he does say, Gavin thrives on toxicity. He can't string a relationship together for longer than 3 months. And Kenny says Gavin is getting out of line and he can't pinpoint where all this hate is coming from.
Yeah, I think that like it could be what you're saying is definitely something like just the way that he said, I told him he can't use the code anymore. Like Gavin's used to just being able to like, oh, I'm on this side of town. When I'm on this side of town, I just go to Kenny's between meetings or between I got to go to this bar tonight, but I'd rather just get something to eat and chill out and Instagram for 3 hours, whatever.
Well, and the clothes, when he's like, oh, he just takes Kenny's clothes, and Kenny in his interview is like, the way he says, no, I don't borrow things from Gavin. Like he doesn't need Gavin's stuff. Gavin needs his stuff.
But people
Agreed.
don't come together for no reason. Like that's a dynamic in a relationship. Maybe Kenny likes to be the guy that gives the stuff, that has the thing that like, and then his little buddy comes over and like that's just like people have dynamics. It doesn't mean that one is like better than the other. Like it's a need of friends. Friends just find each other like this. They play their roles in each other's lives. Obviously, to anybody from the outside, Gavin's getting the sweeter deal. But also Gavin seems a lot cooler to me than Kenny. Like I would much rather hang out with Gavin. So like Gavin's obviously bringing something. Like Kenny's not just hanging out with some little joker for nothing, you know? So that's the way that I feel about that. Again, we don't know these people. We're learning an inch more about them every single time. A part of me thinks that like they were both little boys all over the town together. And right now, I think that there's a strong possibility that Gavin is seeing Kenny act in a way that he's never really seen him act before. Whether it has to do with the new girlfriend, whether it has to do with the show, whether it has to just do with like, yeah, like there's a camera here now. So like, it seems to me like Gavin could be spotting like, what are you doing? Why are you saying that? What do you even like? We both did all those things together. Like, and now the change is tough on anyone, especially if you have that dynamic for however long, and now things are changing. I'm sure easily Gavin could be being a little childish and petulant about that, and like not liking change and not liking that he can't use his code anymore. And it might just be nice if he was like my single friend Kenny again, because Kenny always gets single. He does this all the time where he gets all hugged up with someone for a minute and they're out the door. It's not going to last and whatever. And like maybe now
I want my guest bedroom back.
Yeah. And maybe it's lasting a little bit longer now because like this is a role he's now playing. He's now on a show. And so they're just having some growing pains. Like that's natural for like any relationship, especially if it's these two dudes that like never really grew up and now one of them kind of did overnight because of whatever. And maybe Gavin's calling bullshit on that. Or maybe Gavin has lost all the things that he got from this guy. And like both of those things could totally be there. So I think that you think that Gavin is like just like some useless, horrible prick that like doesn't bring anything for Kenny. But it seems like maybe
I'm not saying any of that.
well, you've literally called Gavin a total piece of shit every week since you met him. I know who that guy is. That guy's a piece of shit. I think that guy's a horrible friend. I think that guy, like, I don't know if you've said one good thing about him, and you don't have to. I don't say a lot of nice things about a lot of characters I don't like. This guy rubs you the wrong way. Kenny rubs me the wrong way. So like, I don't really see the good in him. I mean, I see that there could be good things in him. Did I miss it where you've seen some good in Gavin before? I'm open to it. If I did, I miss a lot.
No, probably not.
No, come on.
Come on, what?
No, I think he's being serious.
You're being serious.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think that it's going to take a minute to know who either of these people are. As soon as I spot a pattern, I'll be glad. I don't care which one is better. Like these dudes are both like, one of them's just kind of funnier to me right now.
Yeah,
That's really
totally.
it. Yeah.
One has a little bit more pizzazz.
Exactly.
And I actually could see, because even though I do think Kenny is incredibly handsome and like I like his style and clearly he does well for himself.
Look at his brother, like.
What'd you say?
Let's look at his brother. Like,
Yeah,
there's a gene
There's-
here.
there's good genes
the kids
running
would
in this
be
family.
hot. Like,
That's right.
Yeah, it's good
So
stuff.
I think that, yeah, going out with Kenny for Gavin, right? Like even if he's just getting Gavin's cast off,
Yeah.
Kenny's cast off,
Yeah.
Gavin's winning, right? Because they're bros and they're both
Yeah.
hanging out and they're both hooking up. But I think personality wise, Gavin's the star.
Exactly.
And so that's who pulls someone in for Kenny.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, because if you're just looking at, not like they're only going out for one night stands,
Yeah.
but like you could get you got a pretty long runway with someone if you're good looking, make decent money, and like have a great apartment.
Yeah.
And so it's going to take them a minute to realize like it's his friend with the personality. But like
Yeah.
at that point, Kenny's gotten a lot out of this.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like they both play off of each
Exactly,
other, and
yeah.
they're not in each other's lives for no reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just think that's why I said with Mike, I think it's two truths. I think everything he said about why Kenny is mad at Gavin, 100%. But Gavin also is like, nah, this is not,
this ain't it.
this ain't it.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I stand by the fact that even if these people got married, I don't think it would last. I just don't. Not
Yeah.
to like speak ill of someone's non-existent marriage, but I don't think they're the right fit for one another.
No, I think that Kenny would end up doing something almost where Whitney would have to leave him, like because this ain't it. That's
ain't
all.
it.
That's as simple as that.
Speaking of this ain't it for the show coverage, but it is it for part 1 because we
Yes.
got to get over to part 2.
Yeah.
So like, subscribe, hype, tell a friend, and join us over at part 2.
Yeah, we got a drugstore pregnancy powwow.
I actually titled that scene, Lindsay explains how you get pregnant.
Yeah, apparently only for 12 hours a month or something, or
You have days in which you ovulate. I think people get a little nuts with like, it has to be with, and I get
Yeah.
it. If you've struggled, of course,
Yeah.
but then sometimes that's not always the case.
Yeah,
Like, I think there's a window. Is
I'm
what I
sure
want
there's a
people to
lot
know.
of people that are like, really? And I picked those 12 hours randomly? Thanks. Great.
My mom got pregnant on birth control. My brother came out with the IUD in
yeah.
his hand.
I love that.
It's so great.
It's so good. Okay, yeah. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, and meet us at part 2.
Yeah. Bye.
Love you. Bye.